Everybody, welcome to the Jimmy Dore Show. I'm here with the miserable liberal and Ron Placone. You can hear him, you can't see him.
Howdy, howdy.
Hello.
And I got a Donnie Tanahan's t-shirt. Look at that. Doesn't that look nice? Donnie Tanahan's. Okay, so you know that saying, there's a saying on the left, I don't know if people on the right say it, I bet they don't, that Republicans don't understand a problem until it affects them personally. Now, I've said that, and while I understand the plight of working people and who voted for Trump, I have to say I agree with that statement. That Republicans, I mean, I don't know, maybe most people don't understand a problem until it affects them personally. Could that be it?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
so here's a classic example of that, Ron. So Fox News from Fox News, pro-Trump town riled up after immigration officials arrest popular restaurant manager. It's from my home state of Illinois. You're not supposed to pronounce the S. This is from February 27th. This is from West Frankfort, Illinois. Hello. A southern Illinois community that solidly backed President Donald Trump has rallied behind a Mexican restaurant manager who doesn't have legal permission to live in the United States and has been detained by immigration officials. Now they can't get their Mexican food. Now you guys are fucking with our Mexican food in West Frankfort, Illinois. That's the guy who runs that. He runs the place. Letters of support for Juan Carlos Hernandez Pacheco. That's a long name. Juan Carlos Hernandez Pacheco. I'm James Patrick Anthony Dore. That is my name. Letters of support for Juan Carlos Hernandez Pacheco have poured in from West Frankfort's mayor, police chief, high school athletic director, and the frickin' county prosecutor has written letter of support for this guy. They describe Hernandez as a role model and praise his robust civil involvement, including funding school scholarships, benefit dinners for families in need, and hosting a law enforcement appreciation event.
I don't know, Jimmy. He sounds like a bad hombre.
Sounds like that guy's screwing up our country. Mm-hmm. That guy is screwing up our country. How does West Frankfort even get along with that guy, a criminal like that guy? We got to. I hope if there's anything immigration law should do, it should weed out guys like that and get them out of here.
He's taking volunteer opportunities from hardworking Americans.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sure there's lots of people who would like to have benefit dinners for families in need, and now they can't because he's taking it. He's hogging all the benefit dinners for families in need. Hernandez, he's only 38, came to the United States in the 90s, but didn't obtain legal status according to his friends. He has been a manager of La Fiesta Mexican restaurant for a decade. In the community with coal mining roots about 100 miles southeast of St. Louis. He was arrested at his fucking home. What? It wasn't like the guy got pulled over and hey, you're not legal, and then we take you. It wasn't like he was in the middle of committing another act, a crime or something, and he came in contact. No, they sought this guy out in West Frankfort, Illinois, a southern Illinois town. They sought this guy out. We got to get that guy. Why? Because our country will be better for it. ICE officials did not explain why Pacheco was arrested, but noted his drunk driving conviction from 2007. Though the community largely backed Trump, who has made an aggressive stance on immigration central to his agenda and has promised to deport millions of immigrants who have no permission to live here, though the community largely backed Trump, many residents of West Frankfort said Hernandez's case has, ready for this, complicated their views on immigration policy. Oh, because now you actually see this is what happens? Oh, now I can understand this problem because I'm personally affected by it. I know this guy personally. I go to that restaurant personally. I've gone to those meals, those dinners for needy families personally. I know this guy. This guy's a great guy. So now it's complicated. I thought all Mexicans here illegally were rapists. I thought they were the other, and they were all just horrible people. I thought they were all criminals, and that's why we hate them. We hate them, right? I didn't know this guy, I'm supposed to hate him. I think people need to do things the right way, follow the rules, and obey the laws. And I firmly believe in that, Lori Barron, the owner of Beauty Salon, told the New York Times. But turns out I'm personally affected by this one, so I have a different view. But in the case of Carlos, I think he may have done more for the people here than this place has ever given him. Really. I think it's absolutely terrible that he could be taken away. They get it now. She told the Carbondale Southern Illinoisan that she hopes her husband can come home and continue his efforts. Oh, no, that's a different woman. This would be Pacheco's wife saying this, skipping ahead in the story. She told the Carbondale Southern Illinoisan that she hopes her husband can come home and continue his efforts on becoming an American citizen, something that he has wished for a very long time. His wife, Elizabeth Hernandez, and 3 children. This guy has 3. He's a manager of a restaurant for 10 years, does charity work all over the place, has 3 kids who he supports, and a wife who he supports. And we're going to yank that guy out of that family. So we're going to wreck that family. We're going to wreck... What? For what? That makes our country better? Now we're going to have 3 kids go on welfare or need assistance. What? So, yeah. So now I'm guessing we'll see a lot more stories like this. But what's interesting, or even sadder than this story, is like you could read this story. So it's a longer story than I showed you. There's more to it, which there's more gut-wrenching, heartstring-pulling facets to this story. Like the guy has 3 freaking kids now. His kids. For 10 years, he's been a manager of a restaurant. His kids are, I'm guessing, young kids, and they see, because the guy's only 38. So his kid's now like, wow, my dad is gone. Can you imagine that? You're a kid, and the government takes your dad? So I don't know why I did this, but I read the comments underneath this story. And this would be the difference between right wing and left wing. Because if there's a story like this at a left wing website, you're going to see a lot of different comments than you're going to see at a right wing. So there is a big difference. Here's one. If a man breaks into your house, he's a criminal, not a family member, even if he's a good cook.
Wow.
Why did Hernandez come to the USA in the first place? He committed horrible crimes in Mexico, as did his family members. I don't know. I'm guessing he came to America in the first place because he wanted the same thing Americans want, a better life, a chance for a better life. What an asshole. And I'm sure if this jagoff, Eric Assange, was born in another country, he wouldn't try to get into the United States illegally. He would, no, I'd rather stay here and starve. I'm going to stay here and be in poverty with no chance of ever getting anything out of it. Because I would be breaking a rule. There's more. You think there's... So this is not just about an illegal being here. This is tax fraud. This is aiding and abetting. This is outright robbery from taxpayers. This is systemic corruption. What's wrong with these people's brains? That somehow this guy who lives and pays taxes and runs a goddamn restaurant that I'm sure pays a ton of taxes is somehow defrauding the fucking taxpayers of America? By the way, people who are illegal don't get Social Security even though they pay into it. This idea that that's who's ripping you off are the people who come from other countries with no money and no power. They're somehow found a way to rip you off. It's not $54 billion on bombs. Extra.
It's almost like these people have accepted all this and have been fully indoctrinated to accept all this propaganda about the other, the brown people being the enemy, because it's too hard to wrap your mind around the Wells Fargo
Right.
CEO ripping you off
Yeah,
in
those-
a suit.
Literally, that's who's ripping you off. Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Citicorp. That's who's ripping you off.
Chase.
Goldman Sachs. That's who's ripping you off. And your government. Not immigrants who come here to work with no money and no power. Let him buy a green card. I say 25 to 50,000 each. No welfare public assistance guaranteed for 5 years. Do this for 1 million Mexicans and you have 25 billion for the wall and 1 million new taxpayers. I don't think we can really throw them out, but a nice big fine works. Still angry at people who want to just come here and have a life. How dare they fucking think they should have a life like me? Why don't they go back to their own country and starve? That's what I would do. Yeah. I'm guessing all these guys are getting free cables, stealing their fucking cable. I'm going to guess. There it is. And by the way, right underneath that, the AP never seems to cover the murders or kidnappings by illegals here in Arizona. Agenda?
Wow.
This is the comment section underneath this. This is, and I'm not skipping any, by the way. This isn't just taking out the. This is in order.
What website was this again?
FoxNews.com.
Oh, of course.
So this would be where there is a difference.
I didn't
Because I know there's a. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, I didn't know there were that many internet-savvy people that still paid attention to Fox News. I mean, most of them watch it on cable because they're too old to realize there are choices.
Here's more. Among God's Israelite people, descendants of Jacob, Israel, the stranger was welcome long. So this is the kind of comment you would see on a left-wing website. And so they're talking about the Bible. Few realize America is the kingdom nation, the key mountain of Israel. Now read Ezekiel 38 and 39 for much better understanding of who is attacked upon the mountain of Israel.
I'd actually like to hope that biblical literalists wouldn't be on a left-wing website, but I don't know.
So it seems like this person's saying we should welcome people as long as they follow the laws of God. That's what it sounds like this person's saying. The person right under him says, can't have it both ways, dinguses. He set himself up for this eventually happening. I can't keep all the stray dogs and cats that come to my house, no matter how cute they are. If it were up to my daughters, we'd have 50 undocumented pets. Because people are just like pets. It's the same thing. A 6-year-old kid, desperate, in dire straits. Same thing as a puppy at a shelter. Sorry. Gonna have to euthanize you. And then at the bottom, you can't see this because the camera's cutting off the bottom. I don't know why we have it set up like that. But it says, he is here illegally, period. Adios, muchacho. That weird? BS story. Fox is as bad as the rest of these fake stories. I live here, people, and no one but liberals are supporting him. As a matter of fact, no one cares. Why would you be proud that you don't care about another human being? So when you don't care about another human being who just wants the same life you have and has a wife and now 3 kids who are going to be fucked over because of this, who didn't do anything, they're kids, and you react like that with zero empathy, that's why you're an asshole. That's why you're an asshole. That's not a human being reaction. That's a fucking lower, that's like, I don't have my frontal lobe. Hate, different, fuck you. That's when you don't have compassion for other human beings. That's what makes you an asshole. It takes strength to have compassion for other human beings. It's the weakest motherfuckers. These are the weakest motherfuckers in the world in this comment section. It takes strength to stand up for the least amongst us. It doesn't take any courage to shit on somebody who doesn't have any power in our society, who's already being shit on. This guy says, in all fairness, Fox, it's an AP story and not theirs. So, hey, don't lay off Fox for telling us about this.
I'm going to defend the marginalized here. Lay off of Fox.
Fox.
Thank you, Steve in Arizona. Nice work, buddy.
The vast majority of illegals are getting welfare. And immigrants are now the largest group on welfare. So much for that they are just coming here to work lie. How many Americans pick vegetables in America? How many Americans pick fruit in America? How many Americans work the fields in America? The restaurant that hired him should be fined heavily. Yes, this is the solution to illegal immigrants. These people are still angry.
Wasn't it his restaurant?
He was the manager.
Oh, he was the manager. Oh, okay.
We definitely need to stop this anchor baby situation. You mean like Trump's wife? You mean like Trump's wife who came here and worked illegally? And now she's the first lady? You mean like that?
She's so beautiful, Jimmy. It's okay.
We all know these people breed like rabbits. Trump's on his third fucking wife. And we should not be financially liable for their spawn. Or his fourth wife. Is it his third wife or fourth?
I thought third.
Okay.
Third, yeah.
And we should not be financially liable for their spawn, just because they gave birth on U.S. soil. Deport the whole lot of them. So that, again, there's that great compassionate conservatism. On average, they make 3 babies. Even this Mexican made 3 babies.
There's the voice of reason, Steve in Arizona. He's the
Steve in Arizona is really getting
he's
his
the compassionate
facts right.
one of the crew.
So there you go. That was a trip through the comment section at Fox News about an immigration story.
Now enjoy your shower.
Wow. Wow. Hey, the next live Jimmy Dore show is March 4th. That's a Saturday. Get your tickets right below. The next one after that is March 20th. The shows sell out really fast, so get your tickets right now. Links right there.